Hey, it is DigiWatchTCG coming to you with another market watch. We're here a few weeks before BT8 drops and the starter decks, Mastemon and ImperialDramon drop. And I'm looking at a couple of cards related to X-AntiBody, a couple of cards related to the starter deck, and a little insight into BT9. I hope this helps anyone who's looking to pick up these cards now. I'm looking on TCG Player as my main source. I'm not associated, not affiliated with them in terms of I have no sponsorship from them. So with that said, please like, subscribe, and leave your comments or thoughts below, and let's get into it. So Doromon, alternate art. Been watching this for quite a while. It is $66, $67. I think that if you hadn't already, you've kind of missed the boat on this. I know for quite a while these were going for $35, $40 in the first couple of weeks. With even BT8 announced and knowing that we were going to get X-AntiBody, but now we are at about that $66, $67 mark. We see about 10 listings of about $65 to $70. You definitely want to consider picking this out. First off, the artwork is really, really good on this one. I like it a lot, and it is currently your only searcher in the current format. But next format, we do get a second searcher that I believe inherited is that it gives it decoy. But this one I still think is very relevant. The fact that you gain memory from adding sources underneath your current Digimon, the top Digimon. With that said, I think this is definitely something that if you are looking to max rarity your deck, then spend the money and get it. But I personally don't think it's necessarily needed to play the deck. Of course, there's the rare version and the pre-release version if you are looking to kind of get a little bit of cool, I guess, like higher rarity stuff. But this is definitely the top of the list when you look at the X-AntiBody support for black in this and the next set. Doraemon, kind of following the same trend. It's not on here, but I also apply this to Greymon. They're both pre-release cards, and if you are looking to max rarity, they have been holding their price pretty steadily for $28 for the Doraemon here, and then $30 to $33 for the Greymon. I would pick these up now if you haven't already. I think they're going to continue to trend upward once we get closer to the date and we start getting to, I guess, seeing more new competitive events for the BT8 and BT9 formats. Dual Goromon, I'm very split between this one here. I love the artwork, first of all. I think it's absolutely fantastic. You see a lot, it looks so good with the orange, the reds, the yellows. I really like this. However, I will say competitively, I do think that when we get into the next meta, there are a few other choices that you can use, and especially when we get into BT9, or I think it's called Oriyamon, is going to be much more relevant because you can go into your level 7 Alphamon version, and then I believe it gives you the current one, the Oriyamon that comes out in BT8, gives you an inherited for BT9. So that's short-term investment. This is probably used a couple of copies of, but long-term, you may want to consider playing the regular versions. So, but if you are looking to max rarity your deck, we have these for $32, $33, as well as kind of keeping steady. It's slight climbs, and it was as high as about 32. I think for BT8 it might see a little bit of a spike, but I don't think for long term it's going to hold its price. Speaking of the other side of X-AntiBody, we have Alphamon alternate art, holding its price about $50. I think we've seen this really with the Omnimon defeat in BT5. That right now it's holding its price at about $50 for the regular art, and now $70 for the altered art. And I think that we're going to kind of see a very similar trend with the Alphamon, where Alphamon is used in the current meta in BT8 and when we get into BT9. So I really think that it is going to be very, very relevant. If you haven't already, I would definitely pick up your cards now. They're going for 50, 51, 52. Not really seeing too much change, too much variation in the price, but we do see that it has been trending upward, and I feel like it's going to keep going up at least to the $55 to $60 mark. But if you are not looking for your alternate arts, the regular art is just as well. It's about half that price, about going for 30, and you do have about 21 listings here, so you definitely have quite a few. Yeah, and the artwork here is actually pretty nice as well. I prefer personally this one only because it does have a little bit of like texture to it that you see, like you see the Chaosmon, sorry, not Chaosmon, Gallantmon in the back here, and that might have been a little bit of a Easter egg for BT9, because BT9 we get X-AntiBody for Gallantmon, and I don't know who this is, but I think it's Metal Garurumon. I might be wrong, but that might be consideration for the future. Speaking of BT9, we have Omnimon X-AntiBody Classic Art, and we have the other version, which has actually been lower. So I checked this a few days ago, and it was about $13. And this is holding its price right about 34, but you can see it has been starting to trend upward a little bit. The reason I think that that's the case is this, first off, is very reminiscent of the original like first movie and like the original kind of card game as well. So it is really cool to have if you do have it. That said, I really truly believe that this might be a very good investment pickup, and you can see it's been trending upward quite a while. We see that there's 26 listings here, and again we have Metal Garurumon, Wargreymon, and Gallantmon getting X-AntiBody forms in BT9, so that might be a reason for it to pick up. To have at least two of these in your collection might be a good idea, just to make sure that when BT9 comes around, you don't have to spend $30 for these cards. Speaking of the current meta and the going into the starter decks, we have MagnaAngemon and both forms, and MagnaAngemon has you can see here spiked tremendously, and that is because in the new Mastemon deck, you use the Mastemon to basically put a card from your trash back into your security, and then take a security and play it. And guess what MagnaAngemon does? Is on play, it gets to recover 1. So you're not really losing anything, and you may even be considered to gain 1. And now a few days ago, a couple of weeks ago, I bought these for about $20 a piece on eBay. So definitely, again, check your different sources. But a couple of days ago, it was at $65. And now it's at $50, and you could see that it is kind of holding this price right around $55. 14 listings. I would grab these, and the artwork is phenomenal. It's been one of my favorites ever since coming out. But if you can't afford the $50 copies, there are $30 copies. But as you can see, it also had that little bit of spike for the same reason. All these cards are going to kind of apply to that same logic of being able to play from your security. So that said, though, Lady Devimon is the one only exception. So this is the promo one, the one that is in Tournament Pack 4. We see 15 listings going about $15, 12 to $15 a piece. Yeah, see the market price being at 15. This is very, very nice. I very much am trying to get a playset and entering tournaments, locals. I would suggest doing the same, but if not, you do definitely want to pick these up now, because they are used as one of the options to digivolve into before progressing, and it lets you trash 2 and then bring 2 back, which I think is very, very relevant and very helpful. If you can't afford those ones, though, Lady Devs are for about $5 a piece. Yeah, so market price being about $3.80. We see some people putting them up here. You probably get them for $5, including the shipping. But yeah, if you can't afford these, definitely an option. And I believe, I'm not told, yeah, actually these are the BT 1.5s versions. I think that's the one you can get it from. So I would definitely recommend picking these up beforehand. Going into the other version, the other level 5 that you usually use with the Mastemon deck is Lucemon, Chaos Mode, and the alternate art versions. So with these ones, I actually am very impressed. People finally figured it out that this is used in the deck in the next format, and they've been going for $35 to $40. Before, they were a little lower, so yeah, they were here it is. They were at $21. I looked at this price, I was like, I should definitely pick these up. and they've just jumped up to $35 or $30 right now. And I would definitely pick these up before they continue to go up, because this is one of the versions. So in the same sense, Magna Angemon gets you a security +1 in terms of recovery. Lucemon can delete opponent's card that's a level 6 or a tamer. And you can use that consistently, because when you get this out, you can really just try to, if you're able to, play a 5 or work up to another 5 that's a yellow in this case, and then re-digivolve into a second Mastemon, kind of cycle back the same kind of digivolving kind of pattern for Jogress summoning for the Mastemon build. This is also going for 50. If you haven't picked these up, I would pick these up if you're looking to max rarity your deck. Gatomon, just wanted to pull this up here. It is going for it has a little bit of a spike, going for about $3 to $4 currently. It gains blocker where there's a purple Digimon in play. That is relevant in the next format. And you recovery +1 if you have 3 or fewer Digimon cards. It is not played all the time, I will say. There's not many Japanese lists I've been looking at that actually have this maxed out, but it is a good option. It is a blocker, which we don't see too many of these days in terms of the meta. So I would highly suggest investing in maybe 1 to 2 copies of Gatomon right now. And then, because we do have so many other level 4s that come out in the next set that support the Jogress summoning. Sorry, not next set, it's next starter deck. Getting into the last part of the market watch here, we have Vmon. Vmon does Vmon things. It jams. It is going up right now, and we see its highest was $42, and it's been holding its price around $40 in general. And we see some sellers here being at $42, $43. I'll be very, very upfront with this. Vmon is one of my favorite Digimon out of the entire series, and I really like the simple effect of it has jamming. That's it. It is a gorgeous artwork as well. We do have the Ulti Cup versions that will be coming out soon, but this is also a viable option. There are the regular jamming, regular art ones that are a rare version from 1.5, and you can pick those up very cheap. And to be honest, I don't think that this is going to hold its price for that long. I think that when we are about mid BT8, it's going to drop like crazy. It's we don't really have anything with BT9, BT10. I'm not really certain if anything comes out yet for that. I have to double check my sources, but EX2 does not give anything for ImperialDramon or Vmon either. So at that point, it's really up to you if you're going to continue playing the ImperialDramon build, and if it's falling out of trend, then this is just going to continuously drop. So personally, I'm not picking these up until after BT8 just to have, because it is one of my favorite Digimon. But other than that, I would not really spend the money on this. I'm sorry. This is way too high for me. But if you are looking to max rarity your deck, absolutely go for it. Last one I wanted to check on is actually the Tamer Flower Cannon from the special release and the Tamer's Evolution box. So we can see that we have the Flower Cannon. Why am I bringing this up, actually? I'm just going to bring that first. Because we have another version coming out in the ImperialDramon starter deck. And if you ask me, that's really cool. But I do like max rarity things sometimes. And I really like the artwork for the Tamer Evolution box for $17, $18. I think that is a really good card. And if you're just looking for the alternate art, this is also really, really nice. For $5, $6, that's awesome. I would highly recommend, if you are looking to tech this or play this in the ImperialDramon build, or even just, a green build, I would get these now. I think that for max rarity your deck, this is definitely worth it. With that said, though, that is the end of my market watch for today. I hope this gave some insight and thoughts, and I hope it helps with any decision making you may have. So anyway, please like, subscribe, and make smart choices. Anyway, Digivolve to the next level. Take care.